Welcome to transomatics, psoas. Just take a seat or lie down on your back and take a deep breath. This practice was developed on the sovereign land of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nations. I acknowledge that I am a beneficiary of the ongoing violence First Nations people experience under the colonial project known as Australia. I pay my respect to their elders, past, present, and emerging, and stand behind them in their fight for justice and self-determination. This series is about fostering a deeper and stronger relationship with our own bodies, and I acknowledge that Black and Brown people in particular experience explicit violence against their bodies, which far too often results in unjust imprisonment and death. While we all have our own struggles, I believe that none of us can be free until we all are free. Therefore, I advocate for First Nations, and in particular Black and Brown trans people, and in particular trans women, to always be at the forefront of our work. I extend my gratitude and allegiance to all Black and Brown trans people, and pay my respect to our siblings taken from us too soon. May you live forever in our work and culture, and rest in power and in peace. I invite all listeners, but especially those of us who are white and white passing, and those of us who are uninvited guests on this land, whichever land you're on, to take a moment now to reflect on what you have recently done in support of Black and Brown people, and what acts of support you will do next. The purpose of this practice is to offer another approach to dysphoria in our community. So often our knee-jerk reaction to dysphoria is to remove ourselves as far from our body as we possibly can. We disassociate. Many of the suggested solutions to dysphoria are focused on changing our bodies to fit who we are. And while they are important aspects of our identities, we also know that they won't make dysphoria disappear altogether. I hope that this practice can address what I think is the core issue of dysphoria: struggling to find our home in our bodies. I want to offer something that helps us learn how to sink into our bodies instead of trying to flee it. Transomatics has the following intentions. First, safety. We're practicing in not judging ourselves or our bodies. We're practicing in exploring bodily sensations. We're practicing in soft observation and experimentation. Second, non-violence. Nothing in this practice should hurt. All the movement should be soft and at your own speed and to your own interpretation. And third, slow. We're practicing in mindfulness. The practice of sinking into our bodies requires moving away from our busy daily minds. When we let our mind and body sink, we can unlock and explore bodily wisdom, which we may otherwise not be able to access. It is important to note that this means that we may not know what information will be unlocked, and this brings us back to the first intention: safety. If you ever reach a point that is uncomfortable for you, please stop. You may choose to just be still for a moment, pause this recording, or even walk away from it altogether. And if you would like to talk to me about it, I'm always here. You can find out how to reach me in the description. I want to emphasize that this practice involves observing without judgment. We want to explore our bodies just to understand this part of ourselves. We want to observe with kindness and with patience. This practice is called transomatics. Trans because it's for our community, and somatics, a term coined by Thomas Hanna, meaning the body as experienced from within. Please remember that every direction is just a suggestion. There are no expectations for what you should achieve. And most of the movements are subtle and internal and deeply individual to each body. So, listen to your body and remember that you know it better than anyone else. In this episode, our focus is on the psoas. We will be lying on our backs, and I recommend having a carpet, a mat, or a blanket between you and the floor. And you may also want a small towel or a pillow to rest your head on. So, begin by lying on your back, your arms resting either side of your body and your legs bent so that your feet are standing around hip width apart and your knees are up. And if you like, place a small pillow or a towel under your head. Try to position your shoulder blades as close to the ground as possible. By lifting your pelvis slightly, you can elongate your spine so that it's hugging the floor beneath you. Now focus on your breath. Feel your belly and your rib cage expanding with each inhale. And feel your body settle deeper into the ground with each exhale. Surrender your body to gravity. Let it feel heavy and sink. And let your breath deepen. Bringing your attention to the top of your head, sense the shape of your skull. Feel where it touches the ground. Feel where your hair follicles meet skin. Feel the shape of your forehead. Feel your eyelids and your nose and your cheeks. Let your awareness travel down your neck and your collarbones. Again, feeling the space between your body and the floor. Let your attention drift towards your ribs and how they move with each breath. Bring awareness to the movements of your lungs and your heart. Let your attention go to your arms laying against the ground. Feel your bones and your muscles relaxing all the way down to your fingertips. Notice your belly growing and shrinking with each breath, and feel your pelvis connecting with the floor. Travel through your thighs, through your shins. Feel your skin against the floor, all the way down to your toes. And then let your attention sweep back up through your body. Take another deep breath in and let your whole body breathe out as one. Now, with your knees bent, experiment with slowly stretching out one leg to lie on the ground. Alternate between legs, bringing one up to a bent position while the other lays flat. Kind of like you're treading water or riding a bicycle. Alternate slowly. Really experience all the small sensations that come together with this movement. Feel the stretch across your skin. Feel your muscles engaging. Place one or maybe two hands on your stomach and feel how it tenses and relaxes with each movement. And just experience that sensation. And keeping your attention with your abdomen area, bring both of your legs back to the bent position, and with your right hand, reach towards your right heel. Keeping your left hand on your abdomen, sense the stretch in your muscles with this movement. Then let your left hand sweep out and up towards your head. And again, just notice the feelings in your body in this position with these movements, with this breath. And then bring your left hand back down and relax your body back into a centered position. And then reaching down with your left hand towards your left heel, your right hand on your stomach. Feel that light stretch before sweeping the right hand up and out towards your head. And then coming back down to the center. Bring your right hand back to your heel and repeat the movements, your left hand sweeping out and up towards your head and back down. And the other side. And then bringing everything back to center. Lay both hands flat underneath your bottom with your palms facing down. And just gently lift your pelvis. Again, bringing your attention to your abdomen. Feel your muscles stretch from your sit bones up to your diaphragm. And slowly come back down to the floor. And bring your pelvis lifted again. feeling the stretch from your sit bones to your diaphragm. Breathing into your belly and come back down. And one more gentle lift for the pelvis. Feeling the stretch and the connection between your sit bones, your diaphragm. Feeling that breath and coming back down. And now with your heightened awareness of your abdomen, lay both hands back on your belly, your knees still bent, and take some deep, deep inhales right into your belly, and exhale. Again, a deep inhale into the belly, and exhale. And now, breathing into the rib cage, letting your abdomen stretch and contract with each deep inhale and exhale. Again, breathing into the rib cage, letting it expand. Hands on the abdomen and exhale. Now, with both hands on top of each other, still on your abdomen, just gently rub in a circle